to take you, dear viewers, to the Kenya Power and Lightning Steamer Plaza, where we do understand officials of KPLC are currently addressing members of the Fourth Estate. Let's get to hear the status of KPLC in the country.
949 megawatts. Hydro is 838. Wind is 436. Biomass is 2 megawatts. Grid-tied solar is 210. Thermal is 512. Off-grid is 46.16. What we mean by grid-tied are those solar plants which are connected to the grid. So on the right, we've talked about the installed capacity being 3246. That is actually the breakdown. And the effective is 3127. And this is as of December 2023. If you look again at the mix in a pie chart form, that is how it is. Geothermal is doing 45%. Hydros is doing 23%. Cross-border import is 6%. Solar is 4%. Wind is 14%. Thermal is 8%. This is actually the statistics that for the period that we are discussing. So the energy, it has averaged between 5 to 8% of the total with improved hydrology. There are instances, by the way, where the amount of thermal we dispatch is even less than 5%. So depending on particular days, there are times it keeps varying, but by and large, we maintain it at around 5%. If you look at the power demand balance, this is looking at the capacity and looking at the system peak and installed capacity. Over the years, I think you can see the trends right from 2018-19, where we have 1882, which was the peak, and the installed was 2741, going all the way to 2023, where we had that peak of 2149 and 3246, but the current peak that we have is actually 2170. Big demand, that is a combination of comparing the peak demand with the total sales. The total sales is in gigawatt hours, and the peak demand there we are looking is at megawatts. And you'll notice there is a steady rise with the passage of time. I think the only exception there was 2020 because of the COVID, around 2019-20, where there was a slackening a bit, and this was mainly due to COVID. So what are some of the key things that we are looking at in this particular period? One is customer connectivity. And we are targeting to connect 400,000 customers during this period. And this, or rather 400,000, which translates to about 4 million additional households, being the target for by 2030 rather. Because the idea here is really we want to bring as many customers as possible into the grid. And the reason being quite simple, the economic development and the impact that electricity connection does have on households and on individuals is quite positive, and that is the determination of the government. And as a company playing our role, we are also determined to achieve the same goal. So looking at what we have already done during the period, and I think you already know that there was a time when we were unable to get the meters and some of the materials. But as of December, we are done 256,206 new customers that against a target of 225.
Well, that is an event ongoing at Steamer Plaza. The Kenya Power is holding a press conference to present its quarterly report, Operation on Performance report, that is currently being presented on your screens there by KPLC MD Engineer Joseph Siror, member of the Executive Management Committee. I do understand that our reporter Trevor Ngendo is on that particular bit and will be duly informing us in our subsequent bulletins.